Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of the On Purpose podcast, where it's always a pleasure to have you here with us. And especially in the United States this week, today, when this first airs, we are celebrating Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you there, over here. And whatever you're celebrating around the world, whenever you celebrate it, I want to focus on the spirit that goes with the celebration. And something that's kind of been on my mind with this is how do we keep this going for more than a day? Because it just drives me nuts. If I'm being truthful with you, it drives me nuts that people are super giving and kind and nice for today, for the week around this day. Maybe it carries over through Christmas, but then we go back to just being self-centered and really focused on us. So I was like, man, what can we talk about to maybe, just maybe, carry over the spirit of giving throughout the year? So I kind of came up with this episode. I hope you enjoy it, and let's talk about this, right? How can we be more giving, more grateful, more kind throughout the year? This has always been one of my favorite holidays of the year, more so than most of the others, just because I do enjoy going to the store and it's crowded, right? Sometimes more crowded than normal because everybody's trying to get the ingredients for that pie or the dish they're making. But they're usually nice about it. They let you cut in line. You go ahead. No, you go ahead. Everybody's in just a good spirit, right? The pumpkin spice latte flavors in the air. Everything is just nice about it. But what happens to it? Where does it go? And started thinking like, okay, what are the key like feelings around this holiday that I really love, and how can we duplicate it? So first thing I was thinking about is giving, right? Thanksgiving. This is the only holiday that has giving in the name of it. And it's not Thanksgiving isn't a giving of a gift, right? Like Christmas, people give gifts, but that's a thing. I think sometimes that's a whole nother story of the importance we've put on the commercialization of that. But what I'm talking about here is Thanksgiving is giving of your time, right? You take your time to make your favorite dish to bring to dinner. You take your time to give grace, to show up with other people. And it's the giving of that I think makes this so special, right? It's the giving of your time, your smiles, your kind words to strangers. You're actually greeting people instead of just walking by them. So what if we made a pact that this year we want to give more? We want to give more of our time. If we can volunteer, if we can coach, if we can give of our time by leaning into our talents to share our word, if we're good at writing, or to share our music, if we create music, to give to share, to give of ourselves, whatever our unique talent is, let's give more of it. What if we give our smiles and our kindness to the people that we pass day in, day out, without a lot of times even taking the smallest amount of time to say hello, to greet them, to let them know they're important and thank them for doing what they did to make our day a little better? What if we choose, like, for the next 364 days, we're going to give more? I'm just betting. I'm not a big gambler, but I take this bet that if we give more of those things, smiles, times, hugs, energy, we'd feel better about ourselves. And quite honestly, we'd empower people around us to feel better about themselves. We'd empower people around us to give of themselves. So first thing I think is, let's focus on giving. Let's not worry about taking, and let's focus on giving. Second thing is grace. Being graceful first and foremost to yourself, allowing that your errors, your mistakes were designed to teach you something. Pulling from those, gratitude for the strength you demonstrated to persevere, the strength you demonstrated to get through whatever those situations were. And knowing that's all designed and necessary to get you where you are today. I wouldn't be where I am today without the struggles of the past editions of myself. If you take out any one of those struggles, the ripple effect is completely different for who we are today. Same for you all, right? But finding grace in our own shortcomings, our near misses, And those ones that never had a chance moments, we're more inclined to give grace to those around us. We can let go of the petty grudges that no longer serve us. We can allow others to lean into growing from their moments and accepting their moments so that we can all learn together without the constant reminder of, do you remember when? Right? Because that grace is so important. None of us are perfect. None of us get through this life unscathed from trauma, from drama, from upheaval. But it's how we respond that is really how we're writing our story. And when we give ourselves grace to accept our story, we allow others the grace to accept theirs. And then the final point I thought about on this one is forgiving. What if we all make a decision to move forward in our life, accepting that whatever's happened has happened for a reason, and I no longer need to carry it around. I no longer need to give it that same weight it had when it first happened. That breakup when you're 18 that just crushed you. You didn't think your life could ever go on. It doesn't carry the same weight when you're in your 30s, right? You've moved past it. That job you got fired from, the job you didn't get, the promotion you didn't get, the class you didn't pass. That's all in the past. It doesn't carry the same weight as to who you are today. So forgive yourself, right? Forgive all the stuff that's gone on behind you. Get it out of your backpack and move forward lighter. Right, as Jelly Roll, I don't know if you guys listen to him, country music dude, pretty cool story. He said the other night on an award show, the windshield is much bigger than a rear view mirror for a reason. And it's time to move forward. And I think that says so much, right? That a lot of times we are spending so much time looking at our own rear view mirror, regretting all the things that we're carrying in our backpack that are from behind us, that we put that same energy on those around us, that we put the same expectations on those around us. Nobody wants to be part of that, right? We all make mistakes. We all err. Grace to accept it and to accept those around us and their faults. And then the forgiveness to let it go and realize it was there for a reason. The reason's probably past. It's time to move forward. As I think about my favorite Thanksgiving meals, holiday parties, and get-togethers where friends and families met, it was this type of love and energy that made them special to me. Bringing your favorite dish to eat, spirits to drink, stories to tell, the fun times, the memories of your childhood, and all the fun you had. It was a time that we moved past the petty annoyances of each other, that we moved past the nitpicking of one another, because it didn't matter. It was Thanksgiving. We didn't need to be perfect that day, nor did they. Maybe, just maybe, my optimism's showing here as I record this from a Christmas tree lot in Pittsburgh, California, not Pennsylvania. Didn't even know it existed, but super cool little area right outside Oakland. First time we ever been here. Definitely a different experience. But maybe, just maybe, as I sit here surrounded by these Christmas trees and people wanting to be in this spirit, and I get to serve them a little bit and just share some joy and happiness, maybe, just maybe, we can do it all year. Or if we set the goal for a year and we come up short, it's still better than not setting it at all. So I wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving in the United States, whatever you're celebrating, whatever your holiday of giving is in the other countries around the world that listen to us. Let's take that same spirit and try and do it all year long. Have a blessed